I haven't laughed this hard in ages.
Me neither.
You really make me happy.
I'm telling you, one day I'm going to make it big, I said, leaning back in my chair and smiling at Mia. And when I do, I'm buying you a house with a huge window so you can watch the rain whenever you want. Mia laughed softly. You and your big dreams. They're not just dreams, I replied. They're plans. Plans need money, she said, stirring her drink. Lots of it. I know, I said. That's why I'm studying so hard. She looked at me for a moment, then smiled again. I like how confident you are. I'm not confident, I said. I'm just stubborn. That's the same thing sometimes, she said. Lucas dropped into the chair next to me. What are you two talking about? His future mansion, Mia said, laughing. Our future mansion, I corrected. Lucas grinned. Make sure there's a room for me. You'll get the couch, I said. Wow, after I supported you when you were broke. Lucas said dramatically. I'm not broke, I said. I'm temporarily financially challenged. Mia laughed again, but this time it felt different. That's a very creative way to say poor. I smiled, pretending it didn't bother me. Poor is temporary. Lucas looked at me, then at Mia, but he didn't say anything. Mia picked up my phone from a table. You still use this old thing? It works, I said. Why change it? Because it's ancient, she said. My phone is twice as fast. I don't need fast, I said. I just need it to call you. She smiled at that and handed it back. You're cheesy. But you like it, I said. Maybe, she replied. Lucas stood up. I'm going to grab another drink. You guys want anything? I'm good, I said. Same, Mia said. Lucas walked away, and Mia looked at me. Can I ask you something? Anything. Why are you always so calm about money? She asked. Doesn't it stress you out? Of course it does, I said. But I don't want to stay like this forever. And what if it takes too long? She asked. Then I'll work longer, I said. And what if it never happens? She asked quietly. I looked at her and smiled. It will. You sound very sure, she said. I have to be, I replied. If I don't believe in myself, who will? She didn't answer right away. She just looked at me with a strange expression I couldn't understand. Lucas came back and sat down. Why do you both look so serious? Mia is worried about my future, I said. Lucas nodded slowly. You'll be fine. You always figure things out. See? I said, looking at Mia. Lucas believes in me. Lucas smirked. I believe you're too stubborn to fail. I'll take that as a compliment, I said. Mia finished her drink. I like ambitious men, she said. I really do. But? I asked. She tilted her head slightly. But ambition and reality are different things. I know, I said. That's why I'm working on turning one into the other. Lucas looked at me again, then at Mia. He will, he said quietly. Mia smiled, but this time it didn't reach her eyes. We'll see. I ignored the way that made me feel and reached for her hand. You'll see, I said. I promise. She squeezed my hand lightly. I hope so. Lucas checked his watch. I have to go. Early class tomorrow. Yeah, me too, I said, standing up. We walked outside together. The night air was cool, and Mia slipped her arm around mine. You know, she said, I do believe in you. I smiled. That's all I need. She looked up at me. Just don't stay poor forever, okay? I laughed because I thought she was joking. Give me time. I'm serious, she said, still smiling. I don't like struggling. You won't have to, I said. Not when I'm done. Lucas looked at me one more time before he left, like he wanted to say something but decided not to. Good night, man, he said. Good night, I replied. Mia hugged me. You're different from other guys, she said. Is that good or bad? I asked. She paused for a second. I'm still deciding. I laughed again, but this time, I wasn't sure why that answer made my chest feel so tight. I didn't know you invited so many people, I said. That's how outings work, Mia replied. I thought it was just us and Lucas. Don't be awkward, she said. Just relax. I am relaxed. Then stop looking nervous, she said. I'm not nervous, I said, but my voice sounded tight. Lucas leaned toward me and whispered, You okay? I'm fine, I whispered back. MIA's friend laughed across the table. So what do you do again? I'm studying business, I said. And working part-time, Mia added quickly. I looked at her. Yeah, part-time. Where? Her friend asked. At a small office, I said. Nothing big yet. Yet, another guy said. So you're not earning much right now. I'm earning enough, I replied. Mia laughed lightly. He's still building his future. The guy smirked. So basically, you're broke. I felt my chest tighten. I wouldn't say that. Mia took a sip of her drink and said, He's poor, but he has big dreams. Everyone laughed. I didn't. I stared at Mia. What did you just say? She looked confused. What? I was joking. That didn't sound like a joke, I said. Don't be so sensitive, she replied. Everyone here is successful. It's not a secret you're poor right now. Lucas said quietly, Mia, that's not funny. It's the truth, she said. Why are you both acting like I said something horrible? I felt heat rising in my face. You could have said nothing. Why? She asked. Are you ashamed of your situation? I'm not ashamed, I said. I just don't like being humiliated. I didn't humiliate you, she said. You're overreacting. Her friend leaned back and said, Relax, man. We are just talking. I stood up. Yeah, talking. Lucas stood up too. I'll come with you. Mia frowned. Seriously? You're leaving. I looked at her and said, Yeah. Because I called you poor? She asked. I didn't answer. She crossed her arms. If that word hurts you so much, maybe you should work harder. Lucas said, Mia, stop. No, I'm serious, she said. I'm tired of pretending money doesn't matter. I felt something inside me crack. You were pretending. She looked away for a second, then said, I just don't want a hard life. And being with me means a hard life. I asked. I didn't say that, she replied. You didn't have to, I said. Lucas touched my shoulder. Let's go. Mia said, You're really leaving over this. I looked at her one last time. You didn't just call me poor. You made me feel small. I didn't mean it like that, she said. But you said it, I replied. No one spoke after that. I walked out, and Lucas followed me. Outside, Lucas said, I'm sorry. Why are you sorry? I asked. Because that was messed up, he said. I laughed, but it sounded wrong. It's fine. It's not fine, he said. She crossed a line. I leaned against the wall and covered my face with my hands. Did everyone look at me like that before? Like what? He asked. Like I was nothing, I said. They didn't, Lucas said. She did, I replied. Lucas didn't answer. I stared at the ground. I keep hearing it in my head. Don't, he said. She said it so easily, I continued. Like it was nothing. Like I was nothing. You're not nothing, Lucas said. Then why did it feel like that? I asked. He sighed. Because you love her. I closed my eyes. Yeah, I do. What are you going to do? He asked. I don't know, I said. Part of me wants to go back and confront her. And the other part? He asked. The other part wants to walk away and never look back, I said. Lucas nodded slowly. Which part is louder? I thought about MIA's voice saying the word poor, and the way everyone laughed. My pride, I said quietly. My pride is louder. Then don't ignore it, Lucas said. I pushed myself off the wall and took a deep breath. If I stay, I'll lose my self-respect. And if you leave? He asked. I'll lose her, I said. Lucas looked at me. So you have to choose. Yeah, I said. I have to choose between love and my pride. And? He asked. I stared into the dark street and felt my chest ache. I don't know which one is going to hurt more. Lucas said, whatever you choose, make sure you can live with it. I will, I said. Just don't go back and beg, he said. I won't beg, I replied. Good, he said. You deserve respect. I nodded slowly. I just didn't expect the person I loved to be the one who hurt me the most. He didn't answer, and that silence hurt more than anything. I keep thinking maybe she didn't mean it, I said. Maybe, Lucas replied. But she still said it. Yeah, I whispered. She still said it. I stared at my phone for a long time before I finally called Mia. She answered quickly. So you decided to talk? Yeah, I said. We need to talk. You left like I did something terrible, she said. You embarrassed me too, you know. I almost laughed. I embarrassed you? Yes, she said. You walked out in front of everyone. You called me poor in front of everyone, I replied calmly. I told you, it was a joke. It didn't feel like a joke, I said. You're still overreacting, she said. I don't understand why you're making this such a big deal. I took a deep breath. Because it is a big deal to me. So what now? She asked. Are you going to punish me for saying one word? This isn't punishment, I said. This is me choosing myself. She went quiet for a second. What does that mean? It means I'm leaving, I said. Leaving what? She asked. This relationship, I replied. She sounded genuinely shocked. You're breaking up with me? Over this? It's not just this, I said. It's what it means. And what does it mean? She demanded. It means you don't respect me, I said. That's not true, she said quickly. If I didn't respect you, I wouldn't be with you. Respect isn't just staying, I said. Respect is how you talk about me when other people are watching. You're being dramatic, she said. Maybe, I replied. But I can't stay with someone who makes me feel small. I said I was joking, she said again, her voice getting sharper. What do you want me to do? Beg. I stayed silent for a moment. No, I said. I don't want you to beg. Then what do you want? She asked. I want to feel valued, I said quietly. And I don't feel that anymore. She exhaled loudly. So that's it? You're just giving up. I'm not giving up, I said. I'm walking away before I lose my pride. So your pride is more important than me? She asked. I closed my eyes. Right now, yes. She went silent, and when she spoke again, her voice was cold. Fine. If that's how little I mean to you, then go. I never said you meant little to me, I said. You meant everything to me. Then why are you leaving? She asked. Because I don't mean the same to you, I replied. She didn't respond. Goodbye, Mia, I said softly. Wait, she said suddenly. If you leave now, don't come back later when you finally have money and think everything will be okay. I won't come back, I said. Good, she replied. Because I don't wait for poor men to become rich. That hurt more than the first time she said it, but I kept my voice steady. Take care of yourself. I hung up before she could say anything else. I sat there for a long time, staring at nothing, feeling like something inside me had been torn out. Later that night, Emma knocked on my door. Can I come in? Yeah, I said. She walked in and sat next to me. You look like you haven't slept. I'm fine, I said. You always say that when you're not fine, she replied. I smiled a little. You know me too well. She looked at me carefully. Did something happen with Mia? I hesitated, then said, We broke up. Her eyes widened. What? Why? It's complicated, I said. Then explain it in a simple way, she said. I thought for a moment. She said something that made me realize I was losing my self-respect. Emma was quiet for a few seconds. Did she insult you? Yeah, I said. But the insult isn't the main problem. Then what is? She asked. The problem is that she meant it, I said. Emma sighed. I'm sorry. Don't be, I said. Maybe I needed to hear it. She looked confused. Why would you need that? Because it woke me up, I said. I don't want to stay like this forever. Like what? She asked. Broke. Powerless. Replaceable, I said. She shook her head. You're not replaceable. Maybe not, I said. But I felt like I was. Emma nudged my shoulder. So what are you going to do now? I looked at my desk, at my books, at my old laptop. I'm going to change my life. That sounds very big, she said. It is, I replied. Are you doing this for her? Emma asked. I thought about it for a long moment. No, I said finally. I'm doing this for me. She smiled a little. Good. Because you deserve better. I don't know about better, I said. But I deserve respect. Emma stood up and hugged me. You'll be okay. Yeah, I said quietly. I will. But as I sat there alone again, I realized something. I still loved her. And walking away from someone you love feels a lot like losing a part of yourself. But I kept telling myself the same thing over and over. I'd rather lose love than lose my pride. I see you here every night, Mr. Carter said, sitting across from me. Do you ever go home? I do, I said. Just not early. He nodded. Working and studying at the same time isn't easy. Neither is being broke, I replied. He studied my face. You say that like someone reminded you recently. They did, I said. Girlfriend? He asked. Ex-girlfriend, I corrected. Ah, he said. Heartbreak. That explains the late nights. I'm not here because of heartbreak, I said. I'm here because I need to change my life. Pain is a powerful motivator, he said calmly. I don't want motivation, I said. I want results. He smiled slightly. Good answer. I looked at my laptop. I don't want to feel small again. Who made you feel small? He asked. Someone I loved, I said. He leaned back. Then don't chase money to prove something to her. Chase success to prove something to yourself. I am, I said. Are you? He asked. Or are you trying to win an argument that already ended? I didn't answer. He continued. What do you want? I want freedom, I said. I want to walk into any room and not feel like I don't belong there. Then stop thinking like a poor man, he said. I looked up. What does that mean? It means stop thinking about what you don't have and start thinking about what you can build, he said. I'm trying, I said. Trying is vague, he replied. Tell me your plan. I study. I work. I learn business. I save money. I build something of my own, I said. He nodded slowly. That's a start. A start is better than nothing, I said. Yes, he said. But discipline is what changes your life. I'm disciplined, I said. Then prove it to yourself, he replied. I will, I said quietly. Days turned into weeks, and weeks turned into months. I kept working, kept studying, kept pushing myself even when I felt exhausted. One night, Lucas called me. Are you alive? Barely, I said. You disappeared, he said. All you do is work now. Yeah, I said. That's the plan. You still thinking about her? He asked. Sometimes, I admitted. I heard something, Lucas said carefully. What? I asked. I heard MIA's been going out with some rich guy, he said. I felt my chest tighten, but I kept my voice calm. Good for her. She's been telling people she upgraded, Lucas said. I laughed quietly. Upgraded. Does that bother you? He asked. It used to, I said. Now it just motivates me. You're a better man than me, Lucas said. No, I replied. I'm just a man who was embarrassed in public and decided never to feel that again. Lucas was quiet for a moment. You still love her, don't you? I didn't answer right away. Love doesn't disappear just because someone hurts you. Then how are you doing this? He asked. Because love doesn't feed my future, I said. Work does. That's a cold way to look at it, Lucas said. It's a necessary way, I replied. After the call, I sat alone in the quiet room, staring at my notes, but my mind kept replaying Lucas's words. Upgraded. I whispered to myself, one day, I won't be the guy she left. I'll be the guy she regrets losing. The next evening, Mr. Carter sat across from me again. You look tired. I am, I said. Good, he replied. It means you're working. I heard something yesterday, I said. And? He asked. My ex is dating someone rich, I said. And how does that make you feel? He asked. Angry, I said, but also more focused. He nodded. Good. Use the anger. Don't let it use you. I won't, I said. Remember something, he said. Success is the best revenge, but only if you achieve it for yourself, not for someone else. I understand, I said. Do you? He asked. I thought for a moment. I'm still learning. That's an honest answer, he said. I looked at my laptop, at the long list of things I still didn't know, and the long road ahead of me. It's going to take years, isn't it? I asked. Yes, he said. I'll do it anyway, I said. He smiled. Then you'll make it. Why are you helping me? I asked. Because I was you once, he said. Angry, broke, and determined. And? I asked. And I kept going, he said. I nodded slowly. Then I'll keep going too. That night, as I walk home alone, I said quietly to myself, I'm not doing this for revenge anymore. I'm doing this so no one will ever be able to look down on me again. But deep inside, I knew that wasn't completely true. A part of me still wanted to prove her wrong. And that part of me refused to give up. Relax, Lucas said, adjusting my tie. You look like you're about to fight someone. I feel like I am, I replied. You're just giving a presentation, he said. In a room full of people who used to look down on me, I said. Lucas smiled. Not anymore. Emma walked up and fixed my collar. I'm proud of you. I haven't done anything yet, I said. You changed your life, she replied. That's not nothing. I took a deep breath. I just hope I don't mess this up. Lucas laughed. You worked for this for months. Just go in there and talk like you always do. Yeah, I said quietly. Like I always do. When I walked into the hall, I felt dozens of eyes on me. Some people recognized me, some didn't. I kept my face calm, but inside, my heart was pounding. Lucas leaned toward me and whispered, She's here. I froze for half a second. Mia. He nodded slightly. And she's not alone. I followed his gaze and saw her across the room. She was standing with a tall guy in an expensive suit. She looked confident, like she always did. Emma whispered, Is that her? Yeah, I said. Mia looked in my direction but didn't react. She didn't recognize me. Lucas smiled slightly. That's actually perfect. Why? I asked. Because now she's about to, he said. A few minutes later, I was called to the stage. I walked up, took the microphone, and looked at the audience. Good evening, I said. My name is... I stopped when I saw Mia staring at me, her eyes wide with shock. Now she recognized me. I continued speaking, explaining my project, my work, my plans. My voice was calm, confident, steady. Every word I spoke felt like I was building something invisible but powerful. When I finished, people started clapping. Some even stood up. As I walked off the stage, Lucas grabbed my shoulder. You were amazing. Emma hugged me. You didn't just change your life. You changed how people see you. I nodded, but my eyes were looking at Mia. She was walking toward me slowly. Hi, she said. Hi, I replied calmly. She looked at me from head to toe. You look different. People change, I said. She nodded slowly. I didn't know you were the one giving the presentation. I didn't know you'd be here, I replied. The tall guy next to her stepped forward. Mia, aren't you going to introduce me? She hesitated for a second. This is Adrian, she said. My boyfriend. Adrian extended his hand. I heard about your little presentation. Not bad, I shook his hand. Thank you. He smirked. Mia told me you used to date. We did, I said. He put his arm around her shoulders. Well, life is competitive. Some people move up, some people don't. Lucas stepped closer, but I spoke first. You're right, I said calmly. Life is competitive. Adrian smiled like he had won something. At least you understand. Mia looked uncomfortable. Adrian, that's enough. What? He said. I'm just being honest. I looked at Mia and said, it was nice seeing you again. I started to walk away, but she said, wait. I stopped but didn't turn around immediately. Then I faced her again. Yes. You've changed, she said quietly. So have you, I replied. She looked down for a moment, then said, can we talk sometime? Adrian frowned. Talk about what? Mia ignored him and kept looking at me. Just talk. I could feel my heart beating faster, but I kept my face calm. I'm busy these days. She nodded slowly. I can see that. Lucas said, we should go. People are waiting for him. Mia looked at me again. I didn't know you would become like this. Like what? I asked. Successful, she said quietly. I thought about that word for a second. I'm still working, I said. Adrian laughed. Ambition is cute. I looked at him and smiled slightly. So is arrogance. Lucas tried not to laugh. Mia looked at me carefully. You seem different when you talk now. I learned to choose my words carefully, I said. She nodded slowly. I can see that. There was an awkward silence, full of things we weren't saying. Finally, she spoke again. I meant what I said. What did you say? I asked. That we should talk sometime, she replied. I looked at her for a long moment. I remembered the night she called me poor. I remembered how small I felt. Now she was the one looking unsure. I'll think about it, I said. She nodded. Okay. As I walked away with Lucas and Emma, Lucas whispered, that was intense. Emma said, she looked like she regretted everything. I didn't answer right away. I just kept walking. Lucas looked at me. So, are you going to talk to her? I took a deep breath. I don't know. Emma said softly, do you still love her? I looked back once and saw Mia still standing there, watching me leave. I don't know, I said again. But I do know one thing. What? Lucas asked. I faced forward and kept walking. I won't let anyone make me feel small again. Lucas nodded. Good. But as we reached the door, my phone vibrated. I looked at the screen. It was a message from Mia. Can we please talk? Just once. My phone buzzed again the next morning. It was Mia. Can we talk? The message said. I stared at the screen and didn't reply. Lucas called me later. Did she text you? Yeah, I said. And? He asked. I didn't answer, I replied. He was quiet for a second. That must have been hard. It was, I said. But some conversations come too late. So you're just going to ignore her? He asked. Yes, I said. Not because I hate her. Because I respect myself. Lucas exhaled slowly. You've changed. I had to, I said. That evening, Emma sat across from me while I worked. You're quieter these days. I'm thinking, I said. About her? She asked. About everything, I replied. She looked at my phone on the table. She texted again, didn't she? Yeah, I said. Are you going to reply? Emma asked. I shook my head. No. Why? She asked gently. Because silence can say more than words, I said. Emma nodded slowly. Are you trying to punish her? I thought for a moment. No. I'm trying to protect myself. A few days later, Lucas met me for coffee. You won't believe this, he said. What? I asked. I ran into Mia, he said. I stayed quiet. She asked about you, Lucas continued. She asked if you were seeing someone, if you were busy, if you were happy. And what did you say? I asked. I said you were focused, he replied. I nodded. That's true. Lucas looked at me carefully. She didn't look happy. That's not my responsibility anymore, I said. But it still affects you, he said. I didn't deny it. I cared about her for a long time. You don't stop caring in one day. Then why not talk to her once and end it properly? Lucas asked. Because she didn't end it properly when she humiliated me, I said. She ended it with one word. Lucas sighed. You're not wrong. I know, I said quietly. A week later, I was walking home when I passed the small cafe where Mia and I used to sit for hours. I stopped without realizing it. I remembered her voice. I remembered her laugh. I remembered how I used to believe she was the person who would stay with me no matter what. I whispered to myself, that version of us doesn't exist anymore. My phone buzzed again. Mia, I know you're ignoring me. I stared at the message. Another message came. Mia, I deserve that. Then another one. Mia, but please, just talk to me once. I locked my phone and put it back in my pocket. That night, Lucas came over. You look like you're fighting a war in your head. I am, I said. Who's winning? He asked. My pride, I said. And your heart? He asked. It's quieter now, I replied. Lucas sat down. You know, silence is a powerful thing. I'm starting to understand that, I said. When you argue, people defend themselves, Lucas said. When you stay silent, they start arguing with themselves. I looked at him. That's exactly what's happening. So what do you want in the end? He asked. I want peace, I said. Not revenge. Not drama. Just peace. And if talking to her gives you peace? He asked. I thought about that for a long time. I'm not ready, I said. Lucas nodded. Then don't rush. A few days later, Emma told me something while we were having dinner. I heard Mia and her boyfriend are having problems, she said. I looked up. How do you know? My friend knows her, Emma said. She said they argue a lot. I didn't feel happy when I heard that. I just felt tired. That's their problem. Emma studied my face. You really changed. I had to, I said again. That night, I stood in front of the mirror and looked at myself for a long time. I'm not that guy anymore, I said quietly to my reflection. I'm not the guy who gets laughed at. I'm not the guy who gets called poor and says nothing. But the truth was, I did say nothing now. And somehow, saying nothing felt more powerful than anything I could have said before. My phone buzzed one more time. Mia, I'm sorry. I stared at that message for a long time. Then I whispered, sorry doesn't change the past. I put the phone down and turned off the light. And for the first time in a long time, I felt like I was the one in control. Not her. Not my past. Me. Lucas sat across from me and slid his phone toward me. You should see this. I don't want to see anything about her, I said. Just look, he replied. I picked up the phone and saw a photo from a party. Mia was there, but Adrian was standing very close to another girl. I put the phone down. That's none of my business. Lucas watched me carefully. You really feel nothing. I didn't say that, I replied. I just said it's not my business. A few days later, I ran into Mia outside a cafe. She looked tired, not like the confident girl I used to know. Hi, she said quietly. Hi, I replied. She looked at me like she wanted to say something important but didn't know where to start. You look busy these days, she said. I am, I replied. She nodded. I heard your business is doing well. It's growing, I said. That's good, she said. I always knew you were capable. I didn't respond to that. She took a deep breath. Can we talk for a few minutes? We are already talking, I said calmly. She looked down. I mean really talk. I stayed silent for a moment, then said, okay, talk. She looked nervous. I made a mistake. I didn't react. People make mistakes. No, she said. I hurt you. I was arrogant. I cared too much about money and what people thought. I listened but didn't interrupt. She continued, And now everything is falling apart. What do you mean? I asked. Adrian cheated on me, she said quietly, with the same people he used to call friends. I nodded slowly. I'm sorry that happened. She looked at me with surprise. You're not happy. I'm not that kind of person, I said. I don't celebrate when someone gets hurt. She swallowed hard. I deserve that. That's not for me to decide, I replied. She looked at me like she was seeing me for the first time. You really changed. I told you before, I said. People change. She laughed softly, but there was no happiness in it. I used to think money was everything. And now? I asked. Now I think respect is everything, she said. I didn't say anything. She looked at me and said, I lost someone who respected me, and I chose someone who only valued me. I took a slow breath. Mia. I know, she said quickly. I know I don't have the right to ask for anything. I just wanted to tell you I'm sorry. Not by text. Not by message. In person. I heard your apology, I said. And? She asked. And I accept it, I replied. Her eyes filled with tears. But you won't come back. It wasn't a question. It was a statement. No, I said gently. She nodded slowly, like she expected that answer, but it still hurt. I thought when I saw you again, she said, you would be angry. Or you would try to show me how successful you are. But you're just calm. I already proved everything I needed to prove, I said. To me? She asked. To myself, I replied. She wiped her eyes. I really did love you, you know. I know, I said. But sometimes love isn't enough when respect is missing. She nodded again. I understand that now. At that moment, my colleague Sophie walked up to me. Hey, I've been looking for you. The meeting starts in 10 minutes. I turned to her. I'll be there in a minute. She smiled and then looked at Mia. Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt. It's okay, Mia said quietly. Sophie looked back at me. Don't be late. I won't, I said. She walked away, and Mia watched her for a moment. Is she? She's a colleague, I said. And a friend. Mia nodded. She looks at you with respect. I didn't respond. Mia took a step back. I won't bother you anymore. I just wanted to say I'm sorry and that. I'm proud of you. Thank you, I said. She gave me a small, sad smile. You know what hurts the most. What? I asked. You became the man I wanted, she said. I just wasn't the woman you needed. I didn't know what to say to that. She turned to leave, then stopped and said one last thing. You didn't lose me. I lost you. Then she walked away. That evening, Sophie and I were finishing work when she said, You seem very calm today. I closed an old chapter, I said. Was it a painful chapter? She asked. It used to be, I said. Now it's just a lesson. Sophie smiled. You're a very strong person. I shook my head. No. I was just a very hurt person who decided to rebuild himself. She nodded. That's still strength. Later that night, Lucas called me. I heard you met Mia today. News travels fast, I said. So how was it? He asked. I thought for a moment. It felt like watching the end of a story that used to be my whole life. And how do you feel now? He asked. I looked out the window and said quietly, I don't feel angry anymore. I don't feel sad either. What do you feel then? Lucas asked. Free, I said. I found the old watch Mia gave me in a drawer while cleaning my room. I held it in my hand for a long time, just staring at it. Emma walked in and noticed. You still have that? Yeah, I said. I forgot about it. Does it still hurt? She asked. I thought about it. No. It just reminds me of who I used to be. Is that a bad thing? She asked. No, I said. That version of me worked hard too. He just loved the wrong person. Emma sat next to me. What are you going to do with it? I closed my hand around the watch. I don't know yet. Later that day, I met Lucas for lunch. You look different, he said. You always say that, I replied. No, I mean it, he said. You look peaceful. I think I am, I said. Lucas leaned back. So this is it? You work hard, you proved everyone wrong, and now you live happily ever after. I smiled a little. Life isn't a movie. So what is it? He asked. It's quieter than I thought, I said. Success is quieter than revenge. Lucas nodded slowly. That's a good line. You should write that somewhere. I don't need to, I said. I remember it. He looked at me carefully. Do you ever miss her? Sometimes, I admitted. But I don't miss the way she made me feel. That makes sense, he said. A few days later, Mia called me. I stared at the phone for a long time before answering. Hello, I said. Hi, she said softly. I know I shouldn't call, but I wanted to hear your voice one more time. I didn't respond to that. I heard your company is doing really well, she said. We are doing okay, I replied. I'm really proud of you, she said. Thank you, I replied. There was a long silence, then she said, I miss you. I closed my eyes for a moment. Mia. I know, she said quickly. I know I don't have the right to say that. I just wanted you to know. I hope you're doing okay, I said. I'm trying, she replied. But it's hard to live with regret. I didn't say anything. She continued, if I could go back, I would never say those things to you. But you can't go back, I said gently. I know, she whispered. Another silence filled the call. Why did you answer? She asked. Because I don't hate you, I said. I just chose myself. She started crying quietly. I wish I had chosen you too. I felt a sharp pain in my chest, but I kept my voice calm. We both made choices. Is there any chance for us? She asked. I looked at the watch still sitting on my desk. No, I said softly. She cried harder, but I didn't change my answer. I understand, she said after a while. You finally learned your worth. Yes, I said. And I learned mine too late, she replied. After the call ended, I picked up the watch again. You were a beautiful memory, I whispered. But you were also a painful lesson. That evening, I met Sophie after work. You look like you closed another chapter, she said. I did, I replied. Are you okay? She asked. Yeah, I said. For the first time, I really am. Sophie smiled. You know, when I first met you, you were very guarded. I was rebuilding myself, I said. And now? She asked. Now I'm not trying to prove anything to anyone, I said. I'm just living my life. She nodded. That's a good place to be. Lucas called me later that night. So, wise man, tell me something. What? I asked. If Mia didn't call you poor that day, would you still be the person you are now? He asked. I thought about it for a long time. No, I said. So do you hate her or thank her? He asked. I smiled slightly. Neither. Then what? He asked. I forgave her, I said. But I also forgave myself for loving someone who didn't value me. Lucas was quiet for a moment. That sounds like a silent victory. I looked out the window and nodded, even though he couldn't see me. Yeah, I said quietly. It is. I have news, I told Emma as soon as I walked into the apartment. She looked up from the couch. Good news or scary news? Good news, I said. I got the partnership deal. Emma jumped up and hugged me. I knew it. I knew you would make it. I laughed. I'm not at the top yet. But you're not at the bottom anymore, she said. That's true, I replied. Later that evening, I met Lucas and Sophie for dinner. Lucas raised his glass. To the man who turned pain into profit. I shook my head. That sounds wrong. Sophie smiled. To the man who turned pain into growth. That sounds better, I said, raising my glass. We ate and talked for a while, and for the first time in a long time, I felt light, like I wasn't carrying the past on my back anymore. Sophie looked at me and said, You seem happy. I think I am, I said. Lucas smirked. He is. He just doesn't want to admit it. I'm careful with the word happy, I said. I prefer peaceful. Sophie nodded. Peace is better than excitement. Peace is expensive, Lucas said jokingly. I laughed. Yeah. It cost me a heartbreak and about 1,000 sleepless nights. Sophie looked at me gently. Was it worth it? I thought for a moment. Yes, I said. Because I found myself in the process. Lucas leaned back. You know what the best part is? What? I asked. You didn't destroy anyone to get here, he said. You just built yourself. That was the only battle that mattered, I said. A few days later, Mia sent me one last message. I'm moving to another city. I just wanted to tell you I'm sorry again. I hope you have a beautiful life. I read the message twice, then put my phone down. Emma noticed my expression. Was that her? Yeah, I said. What did she say? Emma asked. She's leaving, I replied. Emma sat next to me. How do you feel? I thought about it carefully. I feel like a chapter just closed. Do you want to reply? She asked. I picked up the phone and typed slowly. I hope you find what you're looking for. Take care. I showed Emma the message before sending it. That's it? She asked. That's it, I said. Some stories don't need long endings. I sent the message and turned off my phone. That night, I went for a walk alone. The city lights looked different now. Everything looked different now. I said quietly to myself, I was in love with someone who didn't see my value. But that doesn't mean I had no value. I kept walking and continued talking to myself like I was talking to the person I used to be. You were not weak, I said. You were just in love. You were not poor, I said. You were just at the beginning. You were not nothing, I said. You were just not finished yet. When I got home, Sophie called me. Hey, she said. Lucas told me about the partnership. I'm proud of you. Thank you, I said. She hesitated for a moment, then said, Can I ask you something a little personal? Okay, I said. Are you ready to let someone new into your life? She asked. I smiled slightly. I'm not the same person I was before. I know, she said. That's why I'm asking now. I thought about everything, the humiliation, the long nights, the silence, the growth. I'm not looking for someone to fix me, I said. I fixed myself. I'm not looking to fix you, she replied. I just want to walk next to you. I smiled, feeling something warm and calm in my chest. Then walk with me. She laughed softly. Is that a yes? Yeah, I said. That's a yes. After the call ended, I looked around my room, at my books, my laptop, my first framed paycheck on the wall. This is my life, I said quietly. And I built it with my own hands. I turned off the light and lay down, feeling calm and tired in the best possible way. Before I fell asleep, I whispered one last thing to the dark. She called me poor. I smiled to myself. And she was right. I was poor once. But not anymore. I used to think success would feel loud, I said. Like people clapping, like the world finally noticing me, I continued. Emma smiled. But it doesn't feel like that, does it? No, I said. It feels quiet. Is that good? She asked. It's more than good, I said. It feels earned. She sat next to me. I'm proud of you. I'm proud of me too, I said quietly. Lucas called me later that night. So, rich man, he said, laughing, how does victory feel? I told you before, I said. It feels like peace. He was quiet for a second. You really changed. I had to, I replied. Pain forces change. Do you hate her? He asked. I thought about it carefully. No, I don't hate her. Do you forgive her? He asked. I don't know if forgiveness is the right word, I said. Then what is? He asked. Understanding, I said. She showed me who I needed to become. Lucas exhaled slowly. That's a heavy way to look at it. It's the honest way, I said. A few days later, I stood alone in my office. I looked at the city through the window and spoke quietly. You made it, I told myself. But this was never about money, I said. It was about pride, I whispered. My phone buzzed, and Sophie's name appeared. Hey, I said when I answered. Are you busy? She asked. Not for you, I said. She laughed softly. I like the sound of that. I was thinking, she said, we should celebrate tonight. What are we celebrating? I asked. Your new life, she said. I smiled. Then yes, we should celebrate. After the call ended, I sat in silence for a moment. I thought about the boy I used to be. I'm proud of you, I said to that boy. You didn't give up. You didn't beg. You didn't break. And now we can rest, I whispered. I turned off the office lights and walked out slowly. As I locked the door, I said one last thing to myself. My pride is intact, I said. And so am I. The next morning, Emma knocked on my door. Are you awake? She asked. I am now, I said. Come have breakfast with me, she said. I'm coming, I replied. We sat at the table with simple food and quiet smiles. You look peaceful, she said. I told you, I replied. Peace is my victory. She nodded slowly. What did you really lose? An illusion, I said. And what did you gain? She asked. Myself, I answered. She reached across the table and held my hand. That's worth everything, she said. Later, Lucas sent me a message. Don't disappear now that you're successful, he wrote. I called him and laughed. I'm still the same person, I said. Not the same, he replied. Just stronger. Maybe, I said. No maybe, he said. I watched you rebuild yourself. I was quiet for a moment. Thank you for staying, I said. I wasn't going anywhere, he replied. That night, I met Sophie again. She looked at me and smiled. You look like a man who finished a long war, she said. I did, I said. And I won. She tilted her head. What was the prize? Self-respect, I answered. She smiled softly. Then you're the richest man I know. I laughed quietly. I like the sound of that. I walked her home and stopped under the streetlight. This is where new stories begin, she said. I'm not afraid anymore, I told her. Good, she said. Walk forward, not backward. I will, I promised. When I got home, I looked in the mirror. I kept my promise, I said to myself. I kept my pride. And I found my life. I turned off the light and smiled in the dark. My story was never about revenge, I whispered. It was about becoming someone I could respect. And I did. I lay down and said one last thing. You were hurt, I said. But you survived, I continued. You were humiliated, I said. But you rose, I whispered. You were broken, I said. But you rebuilt yourself, I finished. And now you are free. I closed my eyes and breathed slowly. My pride is intact, I said again. My heart is calm. And my future is mine. This is my victory, I whispered. And this is my life. I'm ready for tomorrow, I said. I'm ready. And I will keep moving forward. Always.